Hi everyone, this is Julianne Victoria. Welcome to the channel. This is our weekly reading for the week of June 30th, 2025. Let's see what advice, guidance, God, Spirit, the universe has for us for this week. All right. Okay, so for this week's reading, I have chosen to use the Dame Darcy Queen Alice Tarot. And like I did when I used my other Alice deck, I don't know, a couple months ago, I will then do a little bibliomancy from Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so let's see what comes up for us with our mini cross spread here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So for some, there may be a lot of changes happening, stuff going on, I want to say. And some of that stuff is not pleasant things. But in spite of all that seems to be going on in your individual life or around you, in the world around you, we're going to be okay. All right, so the bottom card is death, which is big changes. Although some changes may be small, but I do feel like there is stuff happening that is not of our choosing this week. Some of it may be of our choosing, but I do feel like things are happening and we have to manage, work through them, understand them, and with the death card, transform ourselves internally. But this isn't just a deep internal reading like the last few weeks or so. It's like we're going to have to make some changes in our physical life because of the changes going on around us. But the transformation in the moment, it may feel, icky, unpleasant. But the result or where this leads us, based on whatever changes occur, whatever transformation occurs, is going to be good. So good in the long run. It's sort of like Saturn energy, right? And Saturn right now is conjoined Neptune right at that start of Aries. I think they're both about to go retrograde in July. They're together for a while. So that might be a lot of the energy I'm picking up with this reading. The long term will be good, Saturn, but Neptune's like, oh, what's going on? Okay. All right. So the first card in our main spread, and I'm doing my mini cross spread as usual, is the card that represents us, right? Us or the viewer this week. And we are Temperance. So it is totally in our power. We are completely capable of handling whatever is going on and whatever occurs this week. Especially the icky stuff, right? We are completely capable of turning the lead of Saturn into gold. Gold is the element of the sun, or the metal of the sun. Just showing the picture there closely. Alice has two pieces of a mushroom. Will it make her big? Will it make her small? She has a choice to make. Yeah, but it's almost like the energy is like whatever choice you make, as long as you're taking action based on what happens, will be okay. Very interesting energy. Okay, so we are Temperance. We are fully capable and empowered and able to handle whatever's happening and whatever comes. Now laying across us, so right at the center, we have these two major arcanas. We're the Temperance, and right around us is the world. So the world can be everything. It can also be a wrapping up, a completion, an ending, a closure to something in our environment. Now I love how we both have Alice and the White Rabbit in what looks like almost like a mirror, but the portal of the world card, the zero that leads to the Fool. We are given a choice, even though we are fully capable of turning the lead of this week into gold. we still have to make that decision to step through the portal into what will be the unknown. So whatever is ending, whatever big changes are happening externally in our lives, our decision to move forward through the change is how we will achieve that goal in the long run. Okay. All right, moving on. The card crowning the reading. So this is in the mind position. But it feels like what our mind is dealing with this week. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles, and five is a number of change. And of course, this is a card of worry, stress. We have Alice here. She's crying. She's looking at her reflection, though. So in our minds, we're being asked to reflect upon what happens and to ask ourselves why we are stressed, why we are worried. There's the obvious, superficial, pentacles, maybe very practical reasons, but this is asking us to understand something deeper with this process. Yeah. It's okay to cry. I also want to say, looking at Alice here, it's okay to be upset. Own your feelings. Don't dismiss them with the mind. Reflect upon them. Look deeper. And it's part of this process, this alchemical process of turning, you could say this is the lead, into something golden down the road. Okay. Now below in our physical realm, we have the Three of Swords. So in the middle of the spread, we have us, Temperance, surrounded by the world, major arcana, strong energy, and then we're above and below. This is the stuff going on around us that we have to and are dealing with this week. So below in the physical realm, Three of Swords, grief. We've got the Queen of Hearts. She's probably saying off with her head. And maybe someone says something, or leading up to this week said something mean, backstabbing, worse. Something that's giving us grief, has broken our heart, has, I want to say, shocked our system. And here we have those lightning bolts. We're crying over it. We need to own those feelings. We need to reflect upon them in our mind and not try to just dismiss them. Feel what we're feeling. Understand what the lead is so that we can make this transformation. I just remembered last week's reading was we are the substance in the alchemical process. This is that and then some. We are both the substance and the alchemist. Very cool. Okay, so yeah, this is like the stuff, the icky stuff that we have to deal with. Mentally, emotionally, physically. But we are fully capable of handling it and transforming in the process. Okay. In the past, we have the Two of Swords. Got Alice there. Got the White Rabbit again. Time is an element here. Oh, I didn't get to that with the world. Alice and the White Rabbit, right? He's late. He's late. He's got his pocket watch. Time, that's also Saturn energy. Very Saturnine reading here. In the past, again, Two of Swords. It could have been patiently sitting by. But somehow, in our attempt to bring peace into our lives, we didn't see something. And I think it's something we couldn't have seen coming. Now it's interesting because there's this, it's like Alice is holding up the swords there, trying to block the rabbit, the White Rabbit, trying to deny something that it's time for. But we can't deny it now. We can't ignore we can't ignore it now. Now we are to be the alchemist. Now we are to move forward with time, with Saturn, the lessons of Saturn. Face the obstacles. Okay. Now the future card is the Four of Swords. So we've got this knight that's fallen off his horse. Maybe he's taking a nap. But it is also a peaceful energy card. So it's interesting. In the past, Two of Swords, future, Four of Swords, both cards of like, that can have the energy of like quiet, peace. But in the past, we were ignoring something or just didn't see something. And the future is like, phew, I got through it. Now you may feel this by the end of the week. This may be a much longer process, which usually things like this are. But it is an indicator that we will get through this. We will be working the alchemical process, right? We are now the substance and the alchemist. All right, then there's my other three future cards. What more is to come? And interesting because we have two fours and we have that Four of Swords in the future, and four is stability. So greater stability is coming. Probably not the end of this week, maybe in July, but again, maybe longer, building up towards that. And four is like stability is the word of Saturn. So strong here. Interesting. So we have the Emperor. We will feel more in charge of our lives through this process. And that I feel is like, yeah, that's building and a long-term thing. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which in this similar sense, we will feel more stable and secure. Possibly this is speaking specifically financially, right? Because in the mind, in the above position, we have that Five of Pentacles, which, saying this could be about a financial crisis this week, a struggle, something we didn't know about, something we ignored, a bill we forgot about, and it's like, it's due, and how am I going to work through this? So it could be very practical, but greater stability is coming, whether that is specifically financial or in other ways. And then we have the Queen of Cups, lovely Queen of Cups here. I want to say it's a feeling of our intuition matures or grows through this process as well. Because we must have that guide us to get through this alchemical process, being both the substance and the alchemist. Interesting. Okay, let's do our little bibliomancy from our Alice in Wonderland. And okay, I'm just going to read the paragraph that I pointed to. You can draw water out of a water well, said the Hatter. So I think you could draw, I forget how this is pronounced, treacle? It's like molasses. I'm going to say molasses. So you could draw molasses out of a molasses well. Hey, stupid. So he called Alice stupid. Interesting. So maybe it is. Which card was it? I said someone might say something that sets us off, that hurts us. Maybe we're the queen yelling. Or a realization that makes us think, oh, I was stupid to ignore that. Don't be so hard on yourself, but you know what I mean. And now it's like, oh, it's like a little bit of a wake-up call here. A little bit of a wake-up call that helps us now transform. But we have to embrace it, right? We could stick in this. We could stay here. Or we can step into the alchemist role. All right, very interesting reading. Oh, I might have to get to my astrology videos. I'm just trying to find time. But if you know your astrology, look at Saturn, how he's affecting your chart, and the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, obviously. But yeah, Saturn stepping forward here to say transform. All right. Thank you everyone for being here, and I will see you back here next week.